couple of, well, not a couple, say whatever is always a wizard, especially if you're a fighter. It's never ever the other way around. So, but might eventually. Plus, it gives me some time to practice with this. This glaive of mine. Oh, I forgot the enchantment of said glaive. I probably made it to... Nope, it's only +2. Okay, well, we will see if +2 works. I mean, ultimately, it's not a big deal. That was awesome. My primary concern, though, is this guy here. So I can't do it with one full stamina burn right now. Which means I have to be good. Not my favorite. That happens sometimes. You just die, you know? There's another one, right? So I don't know what those guys are called. To me, they look like some form of... I mean, it would be in D&D terms an anise. Something like that. But... other people tell me that I'm crazy for thinking that. Over here, there's some dangerous enemies. He gets stuck in the tree. In case you couldn't tell, I am not above doing something like this. So when they do that, you can actually critically hit them, but it also helps him here. I really just wanted all of that equipment. Now I want to go back, so... They're gonna try to screw me up. So yes, it also had that great swamp ring, which boosts pyromancies. Like I said, I don't do anything casual with this guy. I might just go into some magic because magic is good. I could do the all my stats are like 20 type of thing. That's not a horrible build. I know there's a lot of people who'd be like, no, you need to do strength and dex, max out all of that crap. It's like, oh. That's what I need to do for the most damage, but that's not the only thing in this game. So this coal lets me make my weapons more based on strength, dex, or just both in general, and less on their raw physical capabilities. This guy here is dangerous. If you're good, you can not get one-shotted. But I got one-shotted. I was hoping to wanted. Oh, I don't know. That was almost 2,000 souls, but I got the items I wanted. I mean, I do hate giving up all those souls, but I'd rather not spend forever trying to re-get them back, just because they're next to a tough guy to fight. Plus there's an item I want over here. This one's gonna be a little bit tough too. Shouldn't be too bad though. All the sorcerer's things and the sage ring. What the sage ring does, and I guess a lot of my current rings don't really matter, is it makes your spellcasting faster. Wait, that one. And then, oh, to get the ring that boosts magery, you need a ring that is given to you off of some guy once you've spent or bought stuff, I think. But we'll meet the guy in a sec. I forget his name because I forget names. He's the sorcerer. That gives me. Ooh, that one's really good if you want your weapon to be based on intelligence for damage. Oh, there we go. So over here, it's easy to fall. Oh, I want some items down there. Well, anyway, it's easy to fall there by accident. But if you go up here, well, through this door. Here's a sorcerer for you.
This is unexpected. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business. How intriguing. Very well. Indeed, I am a sorcerer. However, what champion demands? Clearly, you're not. So you will make me a promise. That in exchange, in the form of scrolls, well? Very well. You're no fool. I am Orbit. Unkindled. We will learn together.
Now I have some lighter, not enough. Oh, maybe if I get rid of some of these things. Okay, I can live with that type of a roll. There's a wizard right here that you can... That's what happens when you can't really read your distance. kind of want to get certain items. I mean, but I'm right at the boss too. I think I will give it a shot at the boss. There is an NPC summon right here. This is that guy who's protecting that cleric that teaches you miracles. Yeah, that was specific. I'm sure somebody's just screaming, like, what are their names? I don't know. Like, her name's Irina or something. She's blind. Alright. Boss is this guy. So his gimmick is pretty annoying, but obvious. He transports or whatever, casts spells. And then after he gets low on life, will. So he's the one that's purple. Alright. He's the one that's always doing the purple spells. He will form a bunch of other ones, which will all die to one hit, but not horrible to attack them. But it's not getting the job done. Do enough damage to him for him to disappear, as clones do too, so. This is him. Uh-oh. Alright, so we're close. Crystal Sages down. 6,000 souls. It's an item I really want to purchase. It costs a lot more than 6,000 souls. Like 3 times as much. 20,000. Like, the sooner I purchase it, the better. But I also don't want to grind in a really silly little area, and I don't want to... There's a lot of things I don't want to do. I want this for the next area. I think I need exactly one of those.
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't he? Oh my, this coal is from the undead legion. used to forge the weapons of Farron's Abyss Watchers. A fine prize. I'm honored to be endued with it. Now I'll be equipped to infuse special gems to praise the gods, eh? Time to put...
Alright, and then we can get my weapon +3. I know I looked at this before, but, you know, forgetting. Oh, that looks like it's a net gain. But this one also looks like it's a significant net gain. That is, it's hard to read when it switches it between two, like, is too much is going to be better. I mean, obviously, all of them against no defense is better. But
Yes, with this I can teach you splendid.
alright, so now he teaches more pyromancies, which is good. Including poison mist, which is but it's an interesting one.
Let us begin. I don't mean to see an exchange for my sword in the form I hope.
And he teaches these. A lot of these are actually cheaper than the other guy, I think, by a little bit. Like, I think it's 450. Oh, I should see if I can gain a level through him. Ray Rat Buddy.
Oh, I would do it.
Nope. But you can see this is like 50% more expensive.
Be safe.
I'm not planning on making much in the way of items off those big souls. Let's see, 6 times 8 is 48. 24. 7 something, 9. I have like 10, maybe 11,000 souls in those items. I don't want to die and lose all the souls, which could happen. Oh well. There's a few items that I forgot about I want to pick up. Namely an Ember, and, which, I mean, if I die I'll lose my Ember, and an Estus Shard. We all like to have more health. So from this road of sacrifices, I always seem to have fallen in there when I've chosen to. If you instead don't fall, go this way. There's an entrance there. Bah! See, that's why you have to not pay attention. There's an entrance over here, which you can use to go and eventually get to where that boss was. Down here, there's some sort of summon sign down if you're embered and haven't defeated the boss to fight Hodrick again, and he usually is really good. This whole area is part of the Farron Keep area, and so So it's a place where the watchdogs of Farron can get summoned into if you're doing, you know, multiplayer and crap. There's the shard, the embers by the fire. And as a result, you can only summon one buddy. In this area. Because the other slot is used to facilitate more PvP. And there's another area in the game that does that as well. Right before the halfway fortress, that whole area was, you couldn't summon anyone, you have to do it on your own. And the area I'm going to be going to next is similar. Let's see. But there's a few items I wouldn't mind getting in the lake. I just, like, defeating that guy is not easy. If I deal enough damage, he goes underwater so that you can't just cheese him, because he's not actually, like, provoked. But there's no spot, like, before. Let's see, but he'll come out, too, eventually. I don't... Okay. The grass crest shield was a big one I wanted. Oh! I did not realize that Yellowfinger Hazel could invade you even if... shoot. Well, now you get to see my poor fighting NPC skills. I don't know where Hazel is either. She's right there. Hello, Hazel. Admit that was a little bit cheap, but again, this game's hard. I am willing to do that. My primary goal now is to kind of make it back to, Oh! They all reacted. Are they coming towards me? The other side of it, too, is kind of close to what I need to use all those items. Like, the path is clear. like that I one-shot them. Look at all these crabs. Nice. Oh, this little crab is trying to fight. I think I got all the items. That grass crest shield. It's an okay shield. I mean, it doesn't have the 100% black, and it doesn't have the weapon ability like this one, but it has the effect of the Corinthian ring and stacks with it. And my stamina is actually definitely one of the things that I'm feeling is falling a little bit behind, but it'll get there. Like, I have plans to gain a bunch of levels in it, so I'm just doing the health first so I can screw up more. But in some ways the stamina might be better, because then I can attack more. Yeah. Alright, this is where I find out how close I am to to my goal of 20,000. I normally don't really like using these soul items because of something broken in my head or something. They're quite helpful and effective. Alright, we have enough. But it's more of a, you know, if I have them on me, I have the potential to use them when I need them instead of not. But at the same time, like, being able to be effective and then being able to have more power but then not having it and then waiting isn't always the best either, so. Oh, this maybe because of... Nope. I'm not sure if you can get one of these seeds if you don't play online. The main thing about it being you get them after being invaded. So, I mean, you might be, but you might not. I don't really know. I have not tried enough. So, over here, there's a bunch of other stuff. I'm just not going to do it right now. Once we find one of our good buddies from the series, we'll be able to kind of wanted this guy too. And I don't... Okay. I could not have gotten that before the key. Which is my big wonder. I kicked down that ladder, at least I hope I did. Oh, one of these has open. Yeah. And here's the birds of the game. find them annoying most of the time, but helpful. Like, for the low cost of leaving one firebomb, I can get a large titanite shard. And then this is one of the things I definitely wanted. It's gonna help me by giving me more. Oh, don't need. So I'm kind of going to an area where that would be needed. I don't need this one. It gives more souls whenever you kill something, which is very helpful if you want to level, and I'm going to want to. I have 2 Estus shards, so let's reinforce those.
Just what needed.
Okay, you have to do it for each one. And I mean, I don't know, doing the magic one is really good if you're using spells a bunch, but I'm kind of assuming I'm not. Especially because I only have 1 spell. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the Crystal Sage bonfire. Bonfire that we just got for killing the Crystal Sage. Crazy. So this area right ahead, up until getting into the chapel, there'll be a chapel up ahead. But getting to the next bonfire, you cannot summon anyone either to help you. Oh, I didn't talk. No, I did talk to What's-His-Face. I haven't died since then. I do kind of dislike that I know at some point in time, if I don't die before then, that I'm going to have to just sit there and die a bunch. So this Conjurer stuff is the Pyromancy gear in the first Dark Souls. This is a not easy spot. I mean, I usually just run, but there's this guy over there that I'm looking at. Let's just stand there. He'll see you when you fall. That guy's wandering. This one sees you if you come from the other direction. There's an item down there. I'm not a fan of those evangelists. On the plus side, though, you can just run by and you get a bonfire. This bonfire has... So there's a guy up these stairs, a bandit, and he's tough. But he's even more tough if you're on your first time, because this guy down here. And he comes and attacks you from behind, you don't expect it, it's... Oh, that was painful. Oh, come on. I'm not sure I like where we are here. I do like that he's not really designed to deal with my reach. careful. I know he's down to one hit, but I tend to get a little bit more reckless and then die, and then get really pissed off because he was so close. Alright. Oh, I might get an upgrade soon. So up these stairs, you can kind of see the guy right there. But you can hang a right here. Fall down here. Go up and around this, and there's an item up here, and it's actually a shield. And because I made my strength really high for a certain other shield, I should have enough to wield this one. Which is better always. But it parries. But, you know, whatever. Was a lot easier than it used to be. The spider shield's a pretty good shield if you don't increase your strength to 11. If you keep it at a 10, like you're doing a level 1 run, which I've done, I have not beaten it. I got pretty far, but I have not beaten it. Yeah, if you're doing like a level 1 run, then like the spider shield is a solid shield for you. You'll never get 100% block. I hate this area. There's a bunch of archers and a bunch of dogs. Oh, here's a dog. And really, if I can just get all the dogs too. That was dumb. There we go. Oh, let's see here. My fault for deciding to drink. Oh, if I go this way, I think I get protected from the arrows a bit. Each one bad guy I can take on my own. I know I had at least one person criticize me because I shield so much, but it works. Alright, so there's a dog. Now, this guy up here, remember my first time I was so upset because he killed me. There's a lot of ways around dying to him. I'm gonna try the kill him fast way. It worked. He starts himself on fire and you're like, what the frick is going on? And then he jumps on you and explodes, and then you die. That's kind of what he does. So, here's the Cathedral of the Deep. I've still not really died. This area is long and not fun. We will sneak in because reasons unknown. Because I decided to. We'll look like a clique. I hate the weird backpack, whatever it is. I just don't like the visual of it. It's not that big of a deal. Reminds me a little bit of Master Roshi, I guess, so. This item here is a really good item. Estus Shard. But all those guys, like, get up. And I just figured I probably have a weapon that makes that easy. Oh, one of the things... Okay, I do have the blood bite ring on. In this area, there's a lot of bleeding. Some of these guys, I mean, there's a lot of skeletons, as you can see, but... There are weird skeletons that have, like, maggoty things coming out of them. And if they hit you, you slowly accumulate bleed. For a long time. For like 2 or 3 bleed attempts, honestly. Like, it's that guy I'm talking about. And I'm gonna deal with a bunch of them, and hopefully not... There's a guy up there that's... Yeah, it's hard to see. Down here... This item here is a good one, but I'm, you know... There's a lot of bad guys around. And they're... I mean, I can deal with them correctly. But my giant archer buddy will deal with them, too. If he can hit them. He's also a little bit slow at it. Ah! Whoa. So that's a grab attack, which people have commented on how I use the shield too much. Those grab attacks get around the shield, so... Guy there that just walked down, he's a pain in the butt. Oh, I did not know you could backstab these guys. This is an undead bone shard. I wonder where that guy is. I think these guys come up indefinitely. What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Up here, I think, is the first of the Great Shields. I should see if I can use it. This is a shortcut. And actually... I think I'm gonna take it because there's some items I kind of want down here, but there's also some bad guys that I need to learn how to fight to get some of the items. It's great. there's a bunch of greatness around here. So in order to get back, you just go here. And that brings you back. That guy in there with all those crystals around is a crystal lizard. He gives you an item that is used to upgrade boss type weapons. But that guy there, I need to figure out how I'm going to kill. And I know he's weak to fire, but I'm not switching to that Hailberg. Alright. So you might notice my bleed bar is steadily increasing, and I was foolhardy enough to not really bring anything to cure it. Okay. But that poison bite ring will help in that swamp area. Yep, I'm just gonna have to deal with this bleed. So what happens is a third of your life is gone each time that meter goes up, or gets to full. Alright, twinkling. I needed that. Or I feel like I needed that. Probably didn't. One of the weapons that I might use later on runs off of twinkling. A different item I might use will run off of the thing that you fight those big guys for, but I'll worry about that then. Those big guys are difficult enough for me to not want to. So I'm done with this little, especially because of this bleed stuff. And because I'm going to fight a few more of those. Ah, maggots all just fell off. Ah, I missed it. That sucks. I ran out of stamina. I definitely need more stamina. Makes me wonder what I... Okay, I'm at 16. Yeah, I'll just go. So there's another one of these guys. Oh! There's apparently two of them. Oh, that's... Okay. I know what happened there. He fell. Well, I got the one item. These guys I definitely don't like fighting a lot. As you can see, they had no knockback. Like, I couldn't break their poise. Previous games used poise. Oh, I forgot to get an item over here. This item is completely not going to be used in this run. It's a whip that does bleed. Whips are not much, but... Like, they can't be blocked fairly well. They can't be parried, which people love to do. They have huge reach, but they deal, like, almost no damage, so... I have Estus shard flasks.
It wasn't easy. Pretty be careful.
I'm gonna try to learn pretty much all of the spells that you just easily purchase. That reminds me.
Not be gone for long. Back again, I suppose.
He has a few that I know if I purchase. Spook or a decoy. this Farron's great or flash sword, and then there's one more
I don't mean to see in exchange for, I hope.
where if I find,
again.
I have to find an item, which I know where it is, and if I buy it, he'll give me a ring to make me silent. Oh, my Halloween's at 4. I think it needs to be 6 or 8, maybe 7, before he will do it again. I know ultimately it has to be, I think it's 12, it might be 15, before I max that all out, and that needs to be done before I defeat 2 bosses, actually. So, we're making it as long as possible by going through the cathedral first. I mean, you need to, because there's an item that you get that lets you into an area eventually. And then you need to get to the area going the other way. But that's how they make you go here. Plus, Henri was going here, and we're going to help Henri for a bit. For a long bit. So you might have seen that earlier I purchased the dried finger. What the dried finger does is it allows you to summon one extra person, but it resets your invasion counter so that you get invaded more readily and often. But you have an extra buddy. This area actually has 3 NPCs you can summon for the boss fight. And I mean, the boss fight's kind of easy, so it's probably don't need all 3 of them, but I'm going to summon them because I like them, those characters, so. Yeah, I was going to look at that great shield. I cannot use it yet. It's a 34 strength. If I get more deacons, like get their outfits, I'll start converting to that. This next area is not the funnest, but it's not the worst. They just have and then some jerk prevents you from healing. I can't heal. Alright, I'm gonna play this safe and wait till I can heal again. Ah, good, he fell down. I can kill him. A little bit tempted to go make this weapon +4, which requires going elsewhere. Take that. This area has lots of fun guys like this one. Just there to harry you and attack. I know that there's one here. Oh, sweet. Oh! Ah, I heard you. Didn't know where you were. This is another fun spot, but this isn't as bad as you'd think. Like... Now when you get down here, this guy eventually gets up. Fortunately, archers have pretty poor tracking. Now there's some items up there, I don't think they're worth it. Maybe they are. This one here, though. It's that guy above me is going to... Actually, maybe I can hit his foot. There's another one just waiting. That wasn't too relevant. And then over there are items that prevent people from using Estus. But it really only cost an Estus. Now I think a bunch of them just jump out at me. Yeah, the funnest. Then in here... There's an item. And some bad guys. Alright, there's a tricky bad guy over here. You see all those guys, but this guy gets up and does something. The rest of these guys are kind of bad. I think if you would go... Hey, I can see that. There's a guy somewhere. Anyway, I think if you go up here, you can kill one of those guys before they try to jump on you with the item, but it's not what I did. So up here's one of those difficult guys. That one. It's not terribly bad, but he can end you. And then another one will come in. Oh, that was just dumb. Oofta. But while you're fighting him, I mean, if it... Oh, he's a Grave Warden. If it takes a while, another one of his buddies comes down and joins the fray, and that's this guy here. And that's really rough. They look way different than the Grave Wardens in previous games. These guys are pain. They do the fire thing. And this guy will get up. You can Grand Diggers. So there's an Ember actually over there, but there's a bunch of difficult bad guys, and it can be frustrating. I mean, they're not that difficult, but there's a bunch of bad guys, and there's like 2 of them that can be tough, and they're situated such that you're almost guaranteed to be having ones fight behind you. And you are so close to a frickin' bonfire that it's just frustrating if you die there. So these guys here are weak to fire. This is not being weak. Damage I was dealing. Kind of cool how my glaive looks when it's all fiery. Yeah, that does look really super cool. Alright, so for those of you who want a deep weapon, which is like a fire weapon, it does not scale with stats at all, but it deals dark damage instead. Down there you can get a deep gem. The one minor problem with it is, at least until after Farron's Keep, a little bit after it, everything is like, dark would be their resistance. Like, dark is not a good choice against them. The few dark spells you can get at this point are pretty good just because they cause massive bleed, but okay, I'm gonna actually get an upgrade because basically I can. Plus, it'll give me a spell that I won't use. I wonder if magic weapon... I should buy magic weapon. I'd much rather get the fire weapon just because... Yeah, why do I even have... Well, I have been using it. I could do this later, but I'm going to forget later. Until I need it. It's going to be more helpful for me to have Fireball than that when I'm dealing with those slimes that I said are resistant to everything but fire. Like you said, it took 3 or 4 hits with a fire weapon. With a not fire weapon, it's probably around 10. So there's Demon. One of the primary benefits of, defeating him is you get his soul, and you can use that for the kiln transportation thing. Transposition, whatever. But, one of them you can get from the Demon is Havel's Ring, which makes you able to carry more. Crystal lizards all doing their thing. Ah. Oh. Cool. Oh yeah, the Dragon Crush Shield, which is like the Crush Shield, but instead of being super good with dark, where I am dark is probably, it's really good with fire. There's a lot of fire where I'm going. Probably a lot of dark too. I think this guy up here, this Crystal Lizard, which I'll probably fail to kill, is a heavy gem. Heavy gem. guys. I kind of don't want to fight this demon here either. He's not easy. Something about him is more difficult than the Asylum demon in the first Dark Souls. I mean, he has some interesting pyromancies at his disposal, but it's not just that. Like, well, he has a grab attack, which is almost an insta-kill. Yeah. Some good old Jedi robes. I don't know. Fashion souls can be fun. So I'm going to make my weapon +4 because I can, and actually, yeah. I could go and get another large shard if I wanted. Right now. And I'm near the area where I'll probably end up getting more.
Pretty, be careful.
Back again. Come again.
Don't have enough for that. Cost. Oh yeah.
Gracious, let this I own her.
The unfortunate thing is, like, she gives a really good ring for that, but I don't have enough souls for it. Lloyd's shield ring. Definitely learned this on my one-player one, but I mean, even so, it's enough increase in damage absorption where it pretty much is guaranteed to give you one extra hit. Like, you can take one extra hit. And so, it's, in my opinion, really good.
Passion 1.
Alright. Just making sure. And then I have Fireball because Fireball would be cool to see what the magic weapon does, but I'll do that later. I'm sure I'll get an opportunity. I'll probably be increasing my intelligence a little bit just because, like, it's only something like 15 or 16 or something where you can get most of the early spells that he teaches. I mean, I'm not planning on casting any of the high-end spells for either of the three. Although, I'm sure Pyromancy is the easiest one to do that. I should really do a Pyromancy build. I do miss it, or do remember loving my level 1 run in the first Dark Souls, where you're a Pyromancer. The 2 spells was awesome, and the fact that all of your damage was independent of stats was pretty awesome. slightly hoping that they just drop something. I'm gonna get rid of the sorcerer's staff for lightness. Alright. Let's go fight something we really don't need to fight for reasons of I just want to. I do not like these guys very much. I need a backstab. I don't need one, but... Oh, wow. Like I said, this is a deep gem. Looks like a giant chasm. Those evangelists are so big that they you can't really see the item most of the time. I get the feeling that there's supposed to be a reference to demon souls. Alright, this area of funness, there's a giant. A bunch of items that I'd like to get. Okay. Here, there's a bunch of bad guys I'm not really particularly fond of. That was very not what I wanted to do. Alright, this guy here, well, I better make sure I'm not getting attacked, is a mimic. But there's a trick. Whoopsies. Well, whatever. There's a trick. And I get somewhat frustrated with some people because if you do that, it opens up and lets you just grab the item. So that Braille Tome is a deep Braille Tome, which means among a bunch of things. It has dark spells. Right now there's only one person we can give it to. If you do, you make the person watching her kind of mad. But there's someone later on that will, you know, that has already been given to the dark and isn't that concerned. That's how you do. That guy can get tough. His weapon enhancement's pretty good. So this room's a trap. And I'm gonna walk into it. Let's get that ember, and then there's a giant he is not easy. But he is cheesy. Have to equip one of these in order to use one. He drops Aldrich's Sapphires. There's two of that type of bad guy in the whole game. One drops a Sapphire, the other one drops, I think it's a Ruby. They both recover from critical attacks. I'm a lot better at doing critical attacks with my buddies, because I am, but, you know. Oh, I'm Embered. This area over here has particular dangers because I'm Embered, and so I'm going to try to minimize those. I mean, it's essentially Longfinger Kirk gets summoned in to kill me. I would like to defeat him, but I'm not going to risk having to go through all of that again when I can just run by to get all of this shortcut. Alright. I don't know how far he'll chase me down here. Find see, I was getting too attack happy because he was close, and I figured I had him, but I did not. His armor damages you if he rolls into you, which is probably what really screwed me up there, because he rolled into me, and then, yeah. Fortunately, my souls will be super easy to reacquire. I'm gonna check to see if Yol will give me a level. Since I died, you know. He is over here.
Oh, I then shall bear. Be safe.
Alright. Oh, too heavy. I need to change that too. That might be some of my early levels. not used to, like, when I asked a bunch of people about suggestions for weapons and stuff. I'm not used to weapons quite so heavy. I'm used to, like, the longsword, like, a lot. Like, that's kind of my go-to weapon because it's easy to use and whatnot. I mean, I'm liking this one, but it's kind of heavy, so I might actually need to increase my my encumbrance. So if I recall, if I go up and around here, it kind of sort of screws up the order for someone's stuff. So I'm gonna go this way. Those guys over there are a pain in the butt. But so is Long-Fingered Kirk, for that matter. The Flameberg. So this is that giant that was attacking me up there. And I do not want to fight him in swampy areas like this, so I'm not going to really fight him. But you can lure him. Here you can do this, and then I'm really upset with those guys. And now I'm gonna make you watch me wait forever. This crap. But yeah, by doing that, he won't be hanging out over here. He'll be hanging out over there, which doesn't seem like the greatest. He gets moved over there anyway, eventually. Gotta love the giant areas of nothing. Just so you can run through it. The first game had an iron ring. I really wish they would have put those in any other game. All of the other games. Oh, I think that's the tower that the giant's firing from. Up ahead. And that's a broken bridge that, so I think that's Lothric, and then that's where you come back, fall down to, or they bring you down to. Dark Souls has always been good at that, where you can like see areas from other areas. Alright, time to wade through a bunch of water again, because we all know that's what you came here to see. As long as nothing interferes, I think I should be able to kill this giant. just like that. He's one of those guys that doesn't respawn. Now, this area is kind of a pain in the butt because there's a lot of these guys. Oopsie. Which, I mean, that's one of the Giants' abilities. There we go, that's what I wanted to target. Might be able to imagine with the walls, you're capable of kind of cheesing them. Like shooting them with arrows and such while they can't really fight back. Get over here. I'm willing to fight you. But I'm willing to fight you. I think his AI got screwed up. Like this would be one of those fights where it's actually easier if it's trying to fight you. Well, quicker, I should say. Easier is not the word, because he's not trying to hit me. I think he got confused because he tried walking back, and when I pulled the lever, he was kind of on both sides. That's my guess. So that guy up there will drop down on you if you don't hit him with an arrow. See, he's coming. Oopsie. Thought I could attack him before he got to me. I was very wrong. So this is where I think you get the Drang armor set. It's also where you can apparently get all the slimes to come after you. Oopsie. Hope is to get something like that. Ah. somewhere? I don't know. Pick up the weapon that, I mean, honestly, I don't need because I'm not going to use it. Whatever. Alright, so this area, that knight that you can see is really dangerous, especially if the two little deacons, which attack with pyromancies, are fighting you as well. There are ways to avoid it. I rolled to dodge it, but it wasn't there yet. Alright, so up here is a shortcut to a giant door that we passed at one point, but it's a shortcut I'm not sure I'd ever use. And I guess you can get there with close to zero fighting, but opening that up also triggers someone or something being around, so... Remember him? He helped us fight that one demon.
Well, you look reasonably sane. I am a knight of Katarina. I've managed to track down this cathedral's store of treasure. It's right over there, across that narrow part. Treasure. Always so close, yet so far. I'm in quite a pickle, indeed. Just hold your horses. I know. Treasure.
Alright. Crossed here, huh?
Shame on you, you greedy guts.
These are good.
Thought you could outwit
patches.
Well, say hello to the nice giant. He adores visitors.
So if the one giant, the one who first was attacking us when we were running across the thing and then was way over there, that way, if I didn't kill him before this, he'd be here trying to attack me. But I killed him, so I don't have to worry about it. These guys are not the easiest. The worst is if they happen to wake up the other night, because I don't really want to deal with that. This guy is not fun. Kind of makes me wish I had more stamina. We'll see if I can get a backstab in though. Ow! That's how you do. These two are easily backstabbable, but I find that fun. So most bosses I'd be kind of leery at this point. This boss isn't so bad. I think I have a chance. So, there's some summons we can summon, otherwise I wouldn't use an Ember, I'd just fight without. This is our good buddy Horus, the Hushed, doesn't talk, gave us the Blue Sentinel. And over here is our good buddy Henri. Of Astora, who is female. Let's see, I'm never going to separate anyone. Very unlikely to. Then I can't use the dried finger if it doesn't have the penalty. Over here is Ceres. But since I can't summon 3 people because I'm not online, even though the penalty would probably not exist, I mean them two. Horus is pretty good. She has healings, which would be nice. Henri is decent. Yeah, we'll probably get this. Definitely found that going straight away in is not the way. So the gimmick with this fight is, you see there's one of them that's all like has that weird red stuff, this guy here. Every time you kill one of them that's doing that, which sometimes they'll just disappear without it damages them. During phase 1. Phase 2, and these guys just keep respawning indefinitely. Phase 2, a bunch of them, there'll just be one specific one that's like that. And you need to beat him, or and I think it still has the whole like infinite spawning thing. This is phase 2. You can tell because it's summoning specifically all these people. Now that spell. They also do an attack where they start forming some sort of dark orb up above everything. Oh, this is infuriating when I need to heal. This attack, if you don't damage them to interrupt it before they're done with that spell, you just lose. Doll is what you need to get to an area. Alright. See, that one, after doing all that, I have enough souls to easily buy that item that I wanted to, but I wonder if... Nope. Let's see here. I'm going to quickly get some armor in that area, and then I'm going to be done. So, well, maybe spend some souls. Because It has been going on for a few hours now, hasn't it? Alright. So after you defeat the boss, if you go back into the room, there is armor. Not necessarily great armor, but armor. Right here. That's all the deacon's stuff. Load screens. They're the greatest. They're necessary evil.
Welcome. Very well. Then take none. Farewell, Ashen One.
Alright, so I'm leaving you guys for now, and I'll see you all later.